Hey everyone, it's Caitlin. So I just thought of something. I've talked about all the different ideas, and I apologize for the background. I'm cleaning my kids' room. All the different things that I've wanted to do for this channel, and I just randomly thought of something. So I know it's not spooky season, but for me, it's every day. So I was thinking, I wanted to talk to you guys about paranormal experiences. I myself have had a ton. I saw my first ghost when I was 7, and I pretty much see them every day. Whether you people believe or don't, maybe you think it's like a mental illness thing or whatever, that's fine for you guys. But I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the ones that I have had over the years. So I could talk about the first one that I had, but the one that comes to mind off the top, I actually started thinking about it again yesterday, was when I was going into my freshman year of high school. So this is 2006, 2007. I moved in to a house in Rancho Cordova, which is, if you don't know, it is a city that is not far from the Sacramento border. And where I lived is close to a Air Force base that was active up until the mid 2000s, I think. I don't really fully remember when it became inactive, but where I lived was like really close. We heard the airplanes every day. We heard the helicopters and all that. So I had just moved into what was my older brother's room. It was the biggest room in the house. He had recently moved out and done all that. You know, you're a young adult. You're just turned 18 or you're 18 to 20. You want to spread your wings. So I do that. And I remember looking in my backyard. And the first thing I saw, I didn't fully see it with my eyes. It was with more in my mental eyes, if you will. Someone who, he had like a black bowler hat, and he was pale white. He was just looking in through my back window. I'm like, no. So, never opened up my back blinds at night. I did during the day because it was really pretty. Our backyard was gorgeous. So that was the first thing. And I had an Akita, and he was like my giant furry teddy bear. His name was Hercules. And I remember one night he was sleeping with me in my room, and my older sister was staying that night, and she had gone out to hang out with some friends. I forgot to turn off the light in the living room area, and I heard a helicopter and propellers from like World War II / Korea era airplanes. Put in perspective, just remember, we were right by an Air Force base that was active during these times, and the World War II in Korea. And I remember it being so loud, it was as if it was outside my window. And I was starting to freak out because if you've ever lived in Rancho Cordova in California, you know that police helicopters and everything like that are around. You hear them every day, every night, almost like clockwork. So I'm like, oh shit, something's going on. I need to make sure I have all the doors locked, the windows are locked, the lights are off, because, I kind of freak out sometimes because I was by myself. And so I did all of that, and it was just so loud. And it was freaking out. I remember the next day, I was talking to my sister. I'm like, did you hear how, like, those propellers, like the planes or the helicopters or something? It was just like it was right on top of our house. And she's like, no, like, there was nothing like that was going on. So I don't know. Are you sure you weren't dreaming or something? And I was like, no, I heard it. So there was that. But there was also another one where it was sorry, my eye itches, where we had a ham radio house. The fuck was that? Oh, it's my cat. Hi, Jablacka. We had one where I was in bed, and for some reason, it was only when I was in that room, but it wasn't every night. It was just those two that I could really think of, where I heard radio frequencies, like, back in the day. You wanna go, Bubba's? No, Porch Pirate, no. Sorry, hold on. Where, I heard as if someone was turning a tuner, like when you look for a new radio station. I heard old radio broadcasts talking about how they were going to start being more vigilant about pretty much profiling. So, quick history lesson if you're young here. Back in World War II, after Pearl Harbor happened on December 7th of 1941, we as Americans decided to, pretty much in their eyes, it didn't, not fully here, we kind of wanted to cover our bases and make sure that we protected ourselves. And once again, I'm saying this like they would have thought. I don't personally feel this way, but we, much like how the Nazis in Germany had the concentration camps, POW camps, and stuff like that, we had what were called internment camps, which is pretty much we imprisoned people for being Japanese, whether or not they were first generation Japanese, or I'm sorry, first generation Americans, or had just gotten off the boat or the plane from Japan, or, stuff like that. If you were Japanese, you eventually were taken to an internment camp, which was like a prison. So in these radio broadcasts that I heard, it was talking about Japanese spies and how you had to be extra vigilant and how to pretty much report, or who to report to, if you had any inclination that your neighbor, for just being different, was a spy for the Japanese army or the empire. And how the president had just signed something saying that anyone of Japanese descent was going to be going into camps, relocation camps. And me being in bed with my dog, hearing all that, and I'm like, oh shit. It was weird. Those were the only two big ones that I had at that house, but I had more. That house was pretty haunted, but those are the biggest ones that I can really think of. I love reading ghost stories, talking about the experiences that I have had. Hell, when I moved in here in this apartment, kind of had one over there, but It's been pretty quiet recently, thankfully, because I don't want to go through that. Some of these things are just so annoying. But if you have had any experiences, I want to know about it because I love reading about these things. I can talk about it all day. Maybe I'll go on a live stream pretty soon and we could all talk about that together because I think that would be amazing. Anywho, I gotta actually get to work. So I will think of more. I'll think of other stories that I can talk to you guys about that might be a little interesting. We also have a cemetery that's actually not that far from here that I've been wanting to go to. And so maybe I'll research that and see if I can find anything that would be really interesting. Like someone buried there that may have had something to do with making Folsom the beautiful city that it is today. So I love you guys and I hope you have an awesome day. If you would like to message me or you can leave a comment, I will get back to it as soon as I can. I still have a small enough amount of subscribers that I can most definitely respond to your comments. I love it. And if you don't believe in anything I say, that's fine. I lived it. You didn't. All right. Bye, guys.